वेलकम टू गवर्नमेंट क्रैकर्स। दिस इज कविता। बहुत सारे रिक्वेस्ट आ रहे हैं, ऑलरेडी बच्चों ने अपनी प्रिपरेशन शुरू कर दी है। आज मैं आपको कंप्लीट 5 डे का प्रोसेस बताने जा रही हूँ, जहाँ पे एग्जैक्टली हर एक डे में क्या टेस्ट होंगे, कैसे आपको उनको स्ट्रैटेजाइज करना है, प्रिपेयर करना है। हर टेस्ट की जब तक आपको सही नॉलेज, सही गाइडेंस नहीं मिलेगी, तब तक आपका जो अप्रोच है वो कभी भी सही नहीं होगा। तो आज मैं आपको यहाँ पे बताऊंगी कि आपके कंप्लीट 5 डेज प्रोसेस में एक एक टेस्ट की डिटेल में बताऊंगी, और साथ ही कौन सी बुक्स आपको लेनी है, कैसे प्रिपेयर करना है, ये भी हम यहाँ पे डिस्कस करेंगे।
So talking about the SSB interview, I am going to share my particular strategy that how one can easily crack down the SSB interview process with the help of self-study and self-preparation. So SSB interview is a series of 5 days testing process which includes your physical test, which includes your mental test, which includes your interview process and much more. So the first instance is reporting at the selection centers. At present there are 4 selection centers, out of when one is Kapurthala, which is not operational for girls. Rest are Allahabad, Bhopal and Bangalore. So if you will be shortlisted, you will be having these selection centers as option. Now stage 1 is all about having shortlisted for the further test. So this is basically a sort of screening test, so that is why it is known as screening test or stage 1 testing, which consists of series of 3 to 4 tests. That is OIR, OLQ, which is a kind of aptitude test, and then it's a PPDT and GD test followed by narration. ठीक है, so PPDT and DD and GD आपने सुना होगा. OIR, OLQ are kinds of aptitude test, but then one needs practice because aptitude test तो है, but here the pressure is the time. Time is for 50 questions you get around 15 minutes. So that is why one needs to be very quick, very fast, very sharp minded and actually very much practiced if you want to have or score well in the OIR and OLQ test. Next we have a PPDT, which is picture perception and description test. As the name suggests, picture perception. So you will be having one particular picture. You need to perceive that particular picture and express out your thoughts and views, that what you find after seeing that picture. So what you need to do is you need to make a story around that picture, make a particular hero and express your thoughts and views for that particular picture in around 100 to 200 words. Now since you are into a competition, you need to know that the story you make, जितने भी entries आपके आए हैं, जितने भी candidates वहां पे आए हैं, all are particularly from the same background, same entry, same percentage of marks. So basically the competition is at an equal level and you need to stand out from the crowd. So ideas must be very innovative as well as logical ideas. It should not be fancy ideas, which is not possible at all. Now we have the next day, all those candidates who are qualified after stage 1 gets the chance to go through stage 2 testing, which is your psychological test. Again a series of writing tests, includes STAT, VAT, SRT and SD, followed by SSB interview, where you have one-to-one direct conversation with the interviewing officer, where वो judge करते हैं आपकी personality को by your words, by your physical appearance, structure, personality and the way you are able to express yourself. So one needs to build our personality accordingly, that once you speak you are unique from other and you make yourself, after leaving from this room, you make an impression that yes, this particular chess number has that quality in him. After that is 3rd and 4th day, which is physical test, which is GTO test, a series of 9 टेस्ट, जिसमें आपके इंडिविजुअल ऑब्स्टिकल्स भी आते हैं, FGT, PGT. So we'll be talking in detail about all these tests. तो basically ये आपका 9 टेस्ट आता है. It has lecture 8 also, it has GDO also, GPE also. So basically GDO is your confirmatory test and maximum number of hours of all this SB interviews are spent in this GTO test. So one really needs to perform well in this test. And on the last day is the submission of all the 3 different tests, that is your SSB interview, your GTO physical and psychology test, which is submitted in the conference, and then by a panel of officers it is decided throughout your performance in all the 3 tests that whether you should be recommended for the services or not. So one thing which one needs to be very clear is that since you are in defense forces, so it is not important that you should be topper or you should be scoring high each and every test. The problem and the main focus here is you have to be consistent. Yani for all the problem, your graph should be a straight line rather than a up down graph. Okay? So up down graph shows inconsistency, which is not required here. If you want to gain the selection, the graph, if it is not up for all, it should not be up and down. Okay? The best situation here is if one can attain a constant graph, यानी आपको कैसी भी प्रॉब्लम दे दी जा रही हो, चाहे वो इजी प्रॉब्लम हो चाहे वो डिफिकल्ट प्रॉब्लम हो, बट यू आर ऑलवेज कंसिस्टेंट थ्रू आउट योर परफॉर्मेंस. ठीक है, सो टारगेट हमें ये लेके चलना है, वी विल ऑटोमेटिकली बी सिलेक्टेड. For every examination, we know that self-study is required. So for this particular interview, self-study is important. But these qualities are not built in 1 day or 15 days or 20 days. There are candidates who are working behind to inculcate these qualities from past an year, past 6 months, past 3 months. ठीक है, सो कोई भी क्वालिटी आपको या बिहेवियर अगर अपने अंदर लाना होता है, ऐड करना होता है या चेंज करना होता है बेसिकली, सो इट्स अ हैबिट. तो अगर आप देखेंगे किसी भी चीज की आदत बनाने के लिए या इफेक्ट देखने के लिए यू नीड सम टाइम. सो सिमिलरली इसके लिए आपको प्रैक्टिस पहले से करनी पड़ेगी. इफ यू आर मिसिंग आउट विद एनी ऑफ द OLQ, सो इट इज नॉट इजी to build these OLQs in 1 day or 15 day, because normally तो आप pretend कर लोगे, but once the psychological behavior is tested in SSB. Why? Because if one is tested under pressure, so automatically जो real behavior होता है वो कहीं ना कहीं आ जाता है and वो हमें नहीं पता चलेगा. ठीक है, because we are into that situation. तो जैसे कभी आप देखो, अगर आप एक जज होते हो या आप किसी मैच में रेफरी होते हो तो वन इजीली नोज कि हाँ कौन गलत था कौन सही था. लेकिन इफ यू आर प्लेइंग अ मैच तो you will never know कि who was right and who was wrong. We always need to have one neutral person, one judge. So in a similar manner, if we are giving this test, we will not be able to judge ourselves कि क्या हमने अच्छा परफॉर्म किया या बुरा परफॉर्म किया. The only way we can get is we need to generate these OLQs if you are not having. Also, self-study is important. But as far as I would suggest is that self-study is important only with the right strategy, right guidance. Self-study से तो आप कोई भी examination clear कर लोगे, but one needs to be aware about the test कि test में होता क्या है. We need to have some samples which is actually missed out, क्योंकि अगर हम कोई भी institute join करते हैं, कहीं से भी guidance लेते हैं, so they share their views and concept and we do not get much practice material. ठीक है, everybody will say it's a normal 3 to 4 days testing, it is very easy and one can clear the examination. But once you will be facing these 5 days process, you will realize the importance of these 5 days and the importance that how important it was to study for these examinations. ठीक है, so it is not that difficult but not that easy also. So one needs to practice things with time to show that are these qualities inbuilt or in ourselves, or do we need to inculcate these qualities by changing our habits and how we can present ourselves honestly in front of the assessing ऑफिसर्स. ठीक है, सो जितना ज्यादा हम प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, जितना ज्यादा हम चीजें करेंगे, उतना बेटर हमारे लिए होता रहेगा. सो व्हाट यू कैन डू इज वी हैव दीज इंडिविजुअल बुक्स. नाउ दिस is an online venture, online platform which I had started during the COVID tenures to help out all the SSB and defense aspirants who cannot afford the costly coachings. And want to prepare for SSB interviews. So we have these 14 individual books. Now no institute provides this. Even when I took coaching, I found that I did not get the study material which should be provided as a part of preparation. ठीक है, it was not worth of the money which I was paying and what I got. So I got only 2 to 3 books which usually every coaching center provides, and then say that yes, it is a normal day test. But once I went into the selection center, though I prepared well from my side, but if I had not done that, I would be thrown out of the selection centers in seconds. So this is my particular experience, and I'll tell you, these 15 books are really going to help you out to prepare for an SSB interview process, because it contains a lot of practice material, and this is the only solution to clear your examinations. So how this course is going to help you, that this particular course contains video lectures also and books also. So these video lectures are self-sufficient to understand the complete process from day 1 to day 5. Once you have understood all these process, what you need to do is you need to go through these books which have ample of practice sample papers and then the practice material for you. So अगर आप accordingly practice करते हो, I can assure that yes, you can accordingly build yourself and you can have that clear picture in your mind that what you need to do to clear this examination. So these individual books for all the tests will help you out to understand in depth the concept and technique for the test. We have extensive practice material which will help you out to understand and generate new ideas. Personal guidance, no doubt, will be there. If you face any issues, you want to discuss on any topic which is not available anywhere, so personal guidance definitely will be provided by me. And in-depth explanation with pictures. For every test, we have tried to provide you picture for every test so that one can understand that what is actually happening in that test. ठीक है, क्योंकि ऐसे बोल के या पढ़ के नहीं समझ में आता, तो ये सारी चीजें आपको इस SSB कोर्स में मिलेंगी at a very affordable price. What you need to do is you need to only download the Government Crackers app and subscribe to the YouTube channel of Government Crackers. Like and share it amongst your friends, and I'll be always there to help you out. So for all defense updates, job notifications, career guidance in defense, you can directly reach out to Government Crackers. So I'll see you in the next session. Till then, Jai Hind.